Welcome back, everybody, and happy holidays. Well, today is Black Friday. Did you go shopping? I didn't. Typically, I don't go out shopping on Black Friday. I only did it a couple of times when I was married and I had my stepson. And there was a special item one year that my wife and I decided to get him. And so I went out and spent 2 hours standing in line in front of Best Buy and still didn't get the item. Oh well. But today now, it's very different. Stores were opening at a much more reasonable time. 6 o'clock was looked like about the earliest from what I've been hearing, and a lot of stores even opened up as late as 9 o'clock. And there were some that I remembered not too long ago, just pre-COVID, where they started their sales at 12:01 and the doors were already open. So those days are long gone, perhaps, and things are changing. The inflation is taking a toll on shoppers. The recession is in full swing. We're seeing a lot of people losing their jobs, so there's a lot of people that are uneasy about spending a lot of money this year and spending very lavishly like they've done in the past. So this year is going to be very simple. I am indoors this year for once, and one of the biggest advantage about being where I'm at right now, I'm not having to spend a lot of money for heating, because typically this year, the nights are right now going to be in the 40s. All this week, they're going to be in the 40s. Next week, they're supposed to even drop into the mid to upper 30s here in Oakland. So it's going to be very cold winter here. Also next week we're going to start having rain. So that's another thing that's great about being indoors. I don't have to worry about roof leaks. I don't have to worry about the wind tearing my roof off. I'm not spending a fortune on a weekly basis on propane, because that was my biggest worry this year. Last year at this time, just during the holidays and the coldest period, propane supplies were in very short supply, because a lot of folks, restaurants were using outdoor heaters, if you remember, for the curbside, the parklets that restaurants had all over the town. And so there were a lot of propane canister or tanks being dropped off to all the different suppliers, and it got to a point where cost of propane, 1 gallon of propane at this one dealer was $5.49 a gallon. And so you multiply that by 4.5 times. So it adds up very quickly, and I'm burnt. You know, when I had my heater and 300 square foot place, even just burning, using the propane and the heating at night, I still went through 2 propane canisters a week, and sometimes 3. So it can get very pricey during the winter with propane. And then I also had a wood stove, but the problem with the wood stove was that every couple hours I had to go and refill the box with more wood. And then if it was raining out, it was very difficult, the wood burning, because it was wet. And so issues with that, even though there was a lot of free wood, throughout the neighborhood, because when I'm out walking Mama, the dog, I was picking up wood at the same time. And then we had a local contractor who dumped a whole big pile of wood scraps, and so a lot of us that were that are homeless were able to use that wood to use for heating, and I did with that wood stove that I had inside of my tent, my shelter. So that was an option, so that when I ran out of money at the end of the month, like right now, and that still allowed me to have heat in my shelter and be more comfortable, so that I wouldn't be so cold at night. And then same thing with the dog. The dog, she's not set up for being outdoors in the cold like it is too, and so she's a very short coat, and she has only a single coat of fur on her, not like a lot of dogs where it's 1 inch to 2 inches in length, and then they have 2 coats on them, so that's why they're heavy shedders. Whereas a dog like I have, the American Bulldog, she's a single coat and very short hair. The hairs are typically about 3/4 inch or less, and so they're very fine. She gets cold very easily and also hot very easily, and a dog like that can actually sunburn. And so keeping her out of direct sunlight or putting some sort of sunscreen on her exposed areas, is important even for a dog these days. So anyway, happy holidays. I hope that things are going well for you and your family. And this year, things are changing, and we're going to see how the holiday plays out. The shopping malls appear to be very quiet from what I've been seeing on the news, and the numbers are down. The shopping times are much more reasonable, and so we'll see how this plays out. And like I tell folks already, there are too many shopping malls out there, and I don't remember the number of shopping malls that I had tallied up from Oakland just up to Napa, where we would go to the lake at Lake Sonoma. We had over 100 shopping malls between Oakland and Healdsburg. That's too many. And in the past, we saw a lot of shoppers flood these malls and everything, but we got too many malls, folks. And then we have issues with Amazon, we have Walmart, we have all the different shippers right now, and then the thing that we're also looking at is the tightening of budgets. The use of credit cards is getting more expensive by the day, and so I'm paying off mine. I don't carry much debt on mine, and so it's easily controllable, but it's best at this time not to be carrying any debt, because when I last checked, the interest rate was just short of 26% on my card. So I don't know what it is on your cards, but it was just short of 26% on mine, and I have pretty decent credit. So thanks for joining me today. Happy holidays, and we'll be right back.